In this video, we are going to consider a B-tree of order 5 and we will see how keys can be deleted from this tree without violating the properties of the B-tree. As I've explained in my previous video, the deletion of key and its handling depends upon whether the key lies in the leaf node or whether it lies in an internal node. So we will take care of all these things and I will explain it through this example. So this is an example of a B-tree of order 5. That means M, which is the order or the degree of this tree, is 5. If M is equal to 5, the maximum number of children each node can have is equal to M, that means 5. The minimum number of children can be ceiling of M by 2, so ceiling of 5 by 2, which is 3. Maximum number of keys is M minus 1, so that would be 4, and minimum number of keys would be ceiling of M by 2 minus 1, so 3 minus 1 would be 2. And we need to take care of the minimum number of children and minimum number of keys apart from taking care of the maximum children and maximum keys. So let's see how keys can be deleted from this B-tree. Suppose for first example, let's take that we have to delete key 193. So we start from the root node, we compare it with 105, and 193 is larger than 105. So we compare it with the next key, which is 205. So 193 is less than 205. That means we have to follow this subtree. Again, we start comparing with the keys in this node and we will see that we have to follow this subtree. Finally, we reach this node and we compare it with 186 and then we find that 193 is indeed existing in this particular node. Now, this node is a leaf node. So, how are leaf nodes handled? First of all, we have to check whether this node is having more than minimum number of keys or not. Minimum number of keys in each node that is allowed for a B-tree of order 5 is 2. This node is currently having 3 keys. That means we can delete this key 193 directly without doing any other processing. So 193, if we delete directly from this particular node, we will still be left with 2 keys and that is the minimum that is required. So 193 can be deleted directly from this particular leaf node. So after deletion of 193, the node would look like this. The next key that needs to be deleted is suppose 95. Again we start from the root node. We compare it with the first key. 95 is less than 105. So we will follow this subtree. We compare it with 62 and 83. 95 is larger than this. So we will follow this subtree and we reach this node 95. Now 95 is again lying in a leaf node. But this node is having only 2 keys and which is the minimum number of keys. So if we delete 95 straight away, we will be violating this property of maintaining 2 keys. So then what can be done? If the node is having minimum number of keys, that means this key cannot be deleted directly. We will see whether a key can be borrowed from a sibling. So either it can be the left sibling or the right sibling. This node N is not having any right sibling, but it is having a left sibling which is actually having 3 keys. So this left sibling can lend 1 key to its sibling N. But this lending has to be via the parent. It cannot be, this node N cannot borrow a key directly from its sibling. So what will happen? The largest key of the left sibling would be sent to the parent. So 79 will come here and this 83, which is the largest key of the parent, would be sent back to the node which wants an extra key. So 79 would be sent up and 83 would be sent to the node which needs an extra key. So and then after 83 has come here, then 95 can be deleted. Now we will be left with 83 and 103, which are 2 keys. So again the condition of the B-tree, the property of B-tree will not be violated. So we can see that 79 has come here and 83 has been brought down to the leaf node. Again, each node is having at least minimum number of keys, which is 2. The next key that is to be deleted is 273. So we start from the root node. We know that 273 is greater than 205. So we come here, we come to this node. We know that 273 is larger than 215 but less than 305. So we will follow this subtree and finally we come over here. So again we check whether this node, this is a leaf node again, whether it has more than minimum number of keys. No, it is having only 2 keys. So that means this 273 cannot be deleted directly. Now we will check whether we can borrow from the siblings. Can we borrow from the left sibling? No. The left sibling is also having only 2 keys. So this left sibling also cannot lend 1 key to this node that requires this extra key. Can we borrow from the right sibling? Yes, the right sibling is having more than minimum number of keys. The right sibling is having 3 keys. Required number of minimum keys is only 2. So the right sibling can now lend 1 key to this target node. But how can this node n borrow from the sibling? Again via the parent. So in this case, when we are borrowing from the right sibling, we will take the minimum value. So the minimum value 340 will go here, and this intervening parent, the parent between these two nodes, node n and its sibling, this parent, it would be brought down to the target node. So 305 would be brought down. 340 will go up, 305 will be brought down to the target node, and now 273 can be deleted. So this will be the structure of the B tree. 340 has gone up and 305 has come down. Again, we can see that the property of the B tree is not violated. Each node is having minimum number of keys, which is 2. And also this node, the values 254 and 305 are less than 340. And this node, the values 383 and 410 are larger than 340. So this is the way we will handle a key which is in the leaf node but does not have the minimum number of more than minimum number of keys. Now the next key that needs to be deleted is 254. 254 is larger than the keys available in the root node. So we will move in this subtree. We will compare it with this node over here. 254 is between 215 and 340. So we will follow this subtree and now we reach here. Now we see that again this is a leaf node. So how to take care of this leaf node? There are 3 ways. First of all, check whether this node is having more than minimum number of keys or not. No, it is not having more than minimum number of keys. It is only having minimum number of keys, which is 2. Can I borrow from the left sibling? No, the left sibling is also having only minimum number of keys. So it also cannot lend any key to its sibling. Can we borrow from the right sibling? No, the right sibling is also having only 2 keys. So this node also cannot lend any extra key to its sibling. So then how to handle such a case? So when we come across such a case where the target node is not having more than minimum number of keys and it cannot borrow from its left or right sibling also, what we need to do is merge the nodes. So either we can merge the target node with its left sibling along with its intervening parent. What will be the intervening parent? This 250. So either we can do this. So in this case we will have 209, 212, 215, 254 and 305. We can merge this and then delete 254. This is one way of handling it. Other way of handling it is to merge with its right sibling. And if we merge with its right sibling, then we will merge the intervening parent, which would be 340. In that case, the node would have 254, 305, 340, 383, 410. And then we delete 254, so we will be left with these values. So this needs to be, the parent needs to be involved, because the property of B tree, that the values on the left subtree have to be less than the value in the parent node, and the values in the right subtree have to be greater than this. So this will be maintained only if the parent is also merged along with the leaf nodes. Then only this property will be maintained. So suppose we merge it with the left parent, and when we merge it with the left parent, this is the case, and we are left with 209, 212, 215 and 305, and in this node only 340 will be remaining. So this is the structure of the tree. We just have 340 over here, 209, 212, 215 and 305 in this merged node over here. Now the next key that needs to be deleted is 124. We start from the root node. 124 is larger than 105 but less than 205, so we come here. We reach this node. Again 124 is larger than 115 but smaller than 142, so we follow this subtree and we reach this node where we are having 124. Again this is a leaf node. What do we need to check when we are having a leaf node? Whether the leaf node is having more than minimum number of keys or not. As you can see over here, this leaf node is having more than minimum number of keys. Minimum number of keys is 2. This is having 3. That means 124 can be deleted directly without doing anything else. So in that case, the property of B tree will not be violated and we will just be left with 133 and 139. So this is the new structure of the B tree now. 124 has been deleted and 133 and 139 are left in this node. Next key that needs to be deleted is now 153. So again we will start from the root node. We will come here and 153 will lie in this path. So we come to this node which is 153 and 171, and again it is in a leaf node. Is it having more than minimum number of keys? No. Can I borrow from the left sibling? No. Can I borrow from the right sibling? No. Then what do I need to do? Then I will merge the leaf nodes along with the intervening parents. So either I can merge with the left sibling along with the intervening parent, which is 142, or I can merge with the right sibling. So this node along with its right sibling and with its intervening parent. So I can do either of this. Either I can merge with the left sibling or I can merge with the right sibling along with the intervening parent. So what I have done over here is I have merged it with its left sibling over here. So if I merge with the left sibling, it would be 133, 139. The intervening parent is 142, 153 and 171. And then we delete 153, so we will be left with 133, 139, 142 and 171. In this node, we will just be left with 115 and 185 because 142 has now been merged along with the leaf nodes. So this will be the new structure now. Okay. So you have seen that 133, 139 and all these values have been merged. Now what we have to do is delete 83. When we delete 83, we follow from the root node. We come to this path over here and we see that 83 is again in the leaf node. It does not have more than minimum number of keys. It cannot borrow from its left sibling. So again it needs to be merged, and it will be merged along with its intervening parent. So we will have 69, 73, 79, 83 and 103, and then we delete 83. So we will be left with 69, 73, 79 and 103. So this is it, 69, 73, 79 and 103. Only 62 is remaining over here. Now this is not desirable. We cannot have one key only because the minimum number of keys is 2. So we are not yet done with this deletion of 83. Now we need to take care of this node as well. So what can it do? It can borrow a key from its sibling. So its sibling is this, which is also having 2 keys only. That means this sibling also cannot lend one key. If this sibling had more than 2 keys, that means if it had 3 keys, then it could have sent one key to its sibling via the parent. So it could have sent via the parent. But this sibling is also having 2 keys. So what needs to be done in this case? Now these 2 nodes will have to be merged along with the intervening parent, which is 105. So what would be the new node when the nodes are merged? 62, 105, 115 and 185. This will be the new node, and in the root node only 205 will be left. So 205 is left over here. 62, 105, 115 and 185 have come here. The children of the previous node over here, so the children of this node over here, this and this one, they will now be reassigned to the parent, the merged node now. So we see that 69, 73, 79, 103, they are lying between 62 and 105, these nodes. This node over here, 109 and 112, is lying between 105 and 115. The node containing values 133, 142, 171, they are between 115 and 185, and node containing 186 and 201 are belonging to, are a child of this this node over here, but the pointer is after 185. So now this 83, deletion of 83 has been completely handled. Now the next key that needs to be deleted is 62. We follow this root node, and when we come to this node, we find that this value is in the internal node. Internal nodes, as I have told you in my previous video also, they need to be handled differently. Whenever the key that is to be deleted is an internal node, it will be replaced by its in order predecessor or its in order successor. And what is the in order predecessor? The in order predecessor is the maximum value in the left subtree, or it is the minimum value in the right subtree. And we have discussed this earlier in another video where we have discussed how to find the in order successor. So if we check for 62, the left subtree is this and the right subtree is this. So either we can replace 62 by the maximum value in the left subtree or the minimum value in the right subtree, provided that these nodes are having more than minimum number of keys. Now if we see this node is also having 3 keys, which is more than minimum number of keys. So we can take the maximum value from here. Or for this node in the right subtree, again this is also having more than minimum number of keys. So we can take the minimum value from here and replace it. So suppose we take the minimum value from the left subtree. So we have taken 56 and now we have replaced 62, which was to be deleted, by 56. So 56 has come here and 62 has been deleted. Now the next key that needs to be deleted is 115. So again when we start from here, we reach this node and 115 is here. Again it can be replaced by its in order predecessor or its in order successor. That means the largest value in the left subtree. So for 115, this is the left subtree and this is the right subtree. So now this 115 can be replaced by the predecessor, which is the largest value in the left subtree, or its successor, which is the minimum value in the right subtree. Now the left subtree, if we see, there are only 2 keys. That means it is having only minimum number of keys. So we cannot take an extra key from here. So what we will do is we will replace 115 by its in order successor, which is 133. So we replace 115 by 133. The property of B tree will not be violated, because when we are taking the minimum value from the right subtree, all the other values, they are larger than that, and so the B tree property will not be violated. Now suppose we have to delete 205. So again 205 we see is in the root node. Now this 205 is again an internal node. So 205 can be replaced by its in order predecessor in the left subtree. That means we have to find the maximum value in the left subtree. And if we look at that, if we look at the left subtree, the maximum value is this 201. Or we can replace it by the in order successor, which would be the minimum value in the right subtree, and that if we see is this value 209. Can we take this value 201 from this node? No, because this node is having only 2 keys, and that is the minimum requirement. So we cannot take this key from here. So what needs to be done then? We can take this value 209, because this node is having more than the minimum number of keys. So we will take 209 and replace 205 by its in order successor. So 209 has been replaced over here, and the rest of the tree remains like this. So in this way you can see that you can take more examples and see how deletion from a B tree can be handled, and it depends upon whether the key that is to be deleted is lying in the leaf node or it is in the internal node.